Hello, world. Welcome back to the vlog series. I am Byron Sellers from byronsellers.com. And again, thank you for tuning in. Today, I wanted to talk about the topic of being grateful. And I wanted to really express why we should be grateful for where we are in life. Now, I know a lot of us, we have a lot of problems. That is life. That's the challenges of life, the obstacles that come our way. But a lot of times we forget that why we're so grateful, or why should we be grateful. So case in point, if you're looking at this and you live in the country, we in the United States of America, despite what's going on, despite a lot of things we see on the media, despite sometimes the things the challenges that we face, again, we should be grateful. Imagine this. Imagine you were born in any other country. Let's say we're going to go to some poor countries, poverty-stricken countries, Haiti. You're born in some of the poorest parts of possibly Africa, India, even Pakistan. All across the world, there's poverty-stricken places. But here in America, we have resources, whereas we are in the land of opportunity. And the reason why I say be grateful, because no matter where you are in America, you can turn on running water. You have bathrooms at work. You're able to shower. Even if you are homeless in America, you still have better resources than some third world countries. So again, take a look back and be grateful. A lot of times, look at the material things we have in our life. Don't get me wrong, we fall into we don't have enough. And it's easy because every day advertisement is everywhere. If you're looking at a cell phone right now, if you're looking at this on a cell phone, you have a cell phone. No matter if it's the new iPhone, the 7, and no matter if it's a Samsung, or I don't care if it's the first version, you have a cell phone. You have a communication device, which 15 years ago, you didn't even have that access. So be grateful for what you have. Yes, we want nice things. We strive, but if you go back to to my older vlogs, you'll see, like, again, you got to put in the work to get those things. You reap what you sow. So again, I just wanted you to kind of take the time and be grateful. One thing I learned yesterday, and it was actually pretty interesting. It asked the question: would you want to be a king 300 years ago? Now, many of us, if you think about that question, think about that right now. Would you want to be a king 300 years ago? Now, when you think about being a king, you probably think, oh my God, a king? Yes, I will have everything. Let's go to present day, okay? Where you are, again, you have a cell phone. A king didn't have that access 300 years ago. 300 years ago, if you were a king, you didn't have access to go outside to your local supermarket and get whatever food that you want. You didn't have access to go get whatever food that you wanted. Now you can go to the supermarket and you can get foods from all over the world, all over the country. If you were a king 300 years ago, you had to get what was grown in your region. Yes, you might have had servants and magnitude, but you may have the material things of that time. Look at the things you have now. You have a television. A king 200 years ago, 100 years ago, possibly not have a television to sit there and look. So if I look at my favorite athlete, LeBron James, if I want to see my favorite athlete of then, if let's say, I'm going to the Greek times and they had, the gladiators, I couldn't watch him I had to actually physically go there. Again, a king, look where you are now. A king 300 years ago, you didn't have access to showers. You maybe had to bathe in whatever water that your servants put together for you. You didn't have access to a car. Yeah, you might get carried in chariots. You didn't have access to an airplane. They couldn't go from their country to another country in a matter of hours. So again, be grateful, because right now you are living like a king would love to live in the present. So again, be grateful. And just take some time. Go back and look at history and see what you had. Yeah, you might have an abundance of that time, but look at the abundance that you have now. Be grateful. Because again, it's hard to really how can I put it? It's hard sometimes to really appreciate what we have in the presence, because now everything gets old. New cell phones come out every 6 months or a year. So now you want the latest. So it's like, oh man, if I don't have that, it's not the latest. Gym shoes. I'm a sneaker fan. We know Air Jordans comes out every week. So you want the latest gym shoe. Honestly, you can wear one pair of shoes for the year, and as long as they're good shoes. But again, that's the materialistic part that we in this country, the greed aspect has it's plagued us. But if you want those things, you have to work for it and not necessarily be complaining for it. Okay? And the reason why I wanted to say be grateful, because like I said, I get in times where, yes, I want the latest. But now I realize in order to create that life, I had to make a change, and I have to work for the abundance that I want, and learn, putting systems in place to create what I want. So this is not only just, somewhat of motivation, but it's more along the lines, like I said, the topic of being grateful. Family. Be grateful for your family. If you're able to even have, one person that you can say that is your family, somebody off your offspring, your same bloodline, be grateful for that person, no matter what it is. Because you guys have a connection that no one can break. Be grateful for that. You are blessed to have parents. Some people, some have lost parents, loved ones. Just be grateful for what you have. And even go to the things we take for granted. Air. Fresh air to breathe, giving us life. Be thankful. Every breath you take could possibly be your last breath here on earth. So while you're here in the presence, again, take the time, tell someone, thank you. Courteous. We now live in a time of connection. We're able to connect with billions of people via a phone or a computer. You didn't have that access 50 years ago, 25 years ago. Be grateful for where you are if you're here in the presence. Man, if you have a car, you might not have the latest car, but be grateful that you're able to get around. Because we get so caught up in the material things, the items, the brands, and we forget that what we have in our own hands. If you eat a meal every day. Be thankful you're able to feed and nourish yourself. Like, it's some that would love to be in a position that you are in, but we take that for granted. So I'm gonna shorten up this vlog because I wanted to put this out because it really came to my mind. And every day that you on this earth, be thankful. That's all I can say. I know I've repeated it. If you probably go do a number count of how many times I said it, I really want to stress that, because if you go and you're grateful and you're thankful, life sometimes it'd be so much easier, because when we stress over the things that we don't have, or we stress over the things that that we feel could take control of us, but in all actuality, everybody's going through something tough. But take the time, realize where you are, and if you want to better yourself, take the steps to better yourself. So I appreciate you listening. Again, follow the blog, ByronSellers.com. You can find me on my social networks. Find me on Instagram at ByronSellers.com, and that's DOTCOM. Also, you can find me on Snapchat at BSell, and that's BSELL_ERS. Find me on Snapchat. Find me on Facebook, Byron Sellers. Thank you for tuning in, and it's been a joy to put out this content. Hey, don't forget, be grateful.